Hi everyone. Today we're going to do our second lesson of PSHE and it's going to be on thoughts are not facts, okay? So before we start, I'd like you to have something to write with, something to record your thoughts in, and if you have access to purple merch and a printer, you can download a template of a penny which can be found in our PSHE blog page, lesson 2. So once you've got all that ready, we can get started. Thoughts are not facts. Tuesday, 5th May 2020. The learning intention is to understand the concept and impact of positive thinking. Your success criteria is by the end of the session, you should be able to identify helpful and unhelpful thoughts. You should be able to name some strategies to deal with unhelpful thoughts and to generate positive affirmation. The big question: how do helpful and unhelpful thoughts affect the way we feel and act? What should we do about unhelpful thoughts? How can we encourage helpful thoughts? Penny for your thoughts. Have you ever heard the saying, penny for your thoughts? It is said when one person is deep in thought and another person wants to know what they are thinking. Our thoughts can be positive or negative, and it is completely normal to have a mixture of both. Sometimes we keep our thoughts to ourselves, especially the negative ones, but it can be good to share your thoughts with someone else. That's why this expression can be a good one to use. It gets people sharing their thoughts instead of bottling them up. On a piece of paper and at the back of your penny, I would like you to write a negative thought that you have had recently or one you often have. So it might be one about yourself, thinking something negative about yourself. It might be a thought linked to a particular worry or fear. It might be a negative thought about something that is going to happen. Please write it down now. Unhelpful thoughts. What is the impact of negative thoughts? After all, they are just thoughts. Can you think of some consequences of negative thoughts? So I'd like you to write down, answer the following questions in your book. Why might negative thoughts be called unhelpful thoughts? How might they affect the way we feel? How might they impact the way we act? And what might happen because of a negative thought? Can negative thoughts affect those around us? Pause the video now. According to science, we tend to dwell on negative thoughts more than positive thoughts. This means they tend to stick around for longer in our minds. This is a real nuisance because those negative thoughts can cause us to produce stress chemicals in the brain, which makes us feel unpleasant feelings. When was the last time you felt any of these emotions? So I'm going to just show you some anger, worry, self-doubt, panic, guilt, tearful, fear, jealousy, stress. Dealing with unhelpful thoughts. Unhelpful or negative thoughts are normal and are part of life. It isn't wrong to have them, but we need to know what to do with them, especially if we seem to be having a lot of them. There are different strategies that work for different people. Here are some strategies: using worry dolls or a worry monster, sharing your thoughts with someone you love and trust, write your thoughts down in a thought journal, listen to the unhelpful thoughts and talk back to them, remind yourself that thoughts are not facts. Dealing with unhelpful thoughts. Worry dolls and worry monsters. Many people tell their unhelpful thoughts to a worry doll. These tiny dolls originated in Guatemala, which is in South America. They are usually kept in a small bag or box, and a lot of people keep them under their pillow. If you share the negative thoughts with the dolls, then put them under your pillow before you go to sleep. It can leave your mind to get a good night's sleep. Worry monsters. Worry monsters work in a very similar way. Many children use worry monsters to eat up their unhelpful thoughts. They are cuddly toys who eat the worries you have written down on pieces of paper. A lot of people also use these at night before going to sleep. Just as sharing your negative thoughts with worry dolls or feeding them to a worry monster, you can get them out of your mind. Telling them to someone else also can help. Telling them to someone else can also help. Talking to a family member or a close friend about your worries or fears can often be a great way to deal with them. Other people may have some good advice or might be able to help you see that they are not as bad as you think they are. Writing unhelpful thoughts down is a bit like sharing them with someone else. Although there is no one there to listen and give advice, it does help you to get them out of your head. When you read them back, they often don't seem quite so bad, and you can sometimes see a way to turn them into more helpful thoughts. Even if you are on your own with no worry dolls and nowhere to write your unhelpful thoughts down, you can learn to identify your negative thoughts and talk back to them. You could maybe give your negative voice a name and imagine you are giving them the sort of advice you would give a friend if they shared these thoughts with you. Remember, you don't have to talk out loud. The thoughts are inside your head. Negative thoughts can be very powerful, and we tend to believe they are true, even if we have no real proof. We might be thinking, "I'm so stupid. I bet I'm the only one who doesn't understand this. I can't ask the teacher because everyone will laugh at me." But that doesn't make it true. Our thoughts come from within us, and we all think differently. We all have different personalities and different opinions. Some people are more positive thinkers than others. Remember, thoughts are not facts. Developing a positive mental attitude. So how can we learn to be more positive and not have so many negative thoughts? Well, like anything, we can get into good habits, and if we practice at it, we will get better at doing it. We can use the technique we have just learned about when negative or unhelpful thoughts pop into our heads. There are other things we can do to promote a healthy, positive mindset. Can you think of anything that might help us have a more positive attitude? Pause the video and make a list. Okay, let's take a look at some ideas. Look after your body. Eat healthily. Good food improves your mood. Get plenty of exercise. Exercise makes your brain release feel-good chemicals called endorphins. Get enough sleep. It's hard to stay positive when you're tired and grouchy. Drink enough water. When our body is dehydrated, it can affect our mood in a negative way. Do the things you love. Doing the things you love doing can really help you to keep a positive mental attitude. Maybe you have a favorite sport, a hobby, or a pet to play with. Maybe you love being with your friends or family. Maybe you love to get stuck into a good book or watch a favorite film. Laugh often. Laughing is really good for you. Even just smiling can lift your mood. So take the opportunity to share a joke, watch a funny video clip, or tell a funny story. Start the day with a positive thought. Start as you mean to go on. If you can start the day with a positive thought, the rest of the day may well follow a positive path. Think about something you are looking forward to each day and start the day with a smile. Help others. Doing things for others not only helps them, but gives us a really good feeling. Being a kind, caring, and helpful person can really impact on your general outlook. Give it a try and start today. Consolidating and reflecting. Positive affirmation. A positive affirmation is a helpful thought that you can say in your head or out loud to get your feeling more positive. The more we say these affirmations to ourselves, the more we believe them and the more positive we start to feel. A lot of people use positive affirmation to help them develop a more positive mindset. Let's look at some examples of positive affirmation or helpful thoughts. The best person I can be is me. I am in charge of my life. It's okay not to know everything. I can get through anything. Today I choose to be confident. If I fall, I will get back up again. I believe in myself. I am going to try my best. I want you to decide, sort these into fact, thought or fact. Laughing lifts your mood. I will never understand the rules of this game. You can talk back to negative thoughts with a positive voice. Exercise makes the brain release endorphins. Everyone will hate my new haircut. I will get better at this if I practice. I'll always be rubbish at sport. No one will like me if I say I enjoy puzzles and numbers. You can learn to think in a more positive way. I'd like you to write down in your book, how do helpful and unhelpful thoughts affect the way we feel and act? What should we do about unhelpful thoughts? And then I want you to write about how we can encourage helpful thoughts. So a list of things that you could do to encourage helpful thoughts.
Okay, so we have come to the end of our PSHE session. By the end of the session, I hope that you were able to identify helpful and unhelpful thoughts. You were able to name some of the strategies to deal with unhelpful thoughts, and you were able to, you can now generate positive affirmation. Now, PSHE isn't just a subject that you do and that's it and you forget about it. It's a subject that you can use to apply in real life context too. So I hope that you are all going to be able to think positively, apply some of those strategies when you are feeling like negative thoughts are coming in your head. And I look forward to receiving lots of your ideas and thoughts. Well, see you later.